Hello, hello, everyone. For those of you whom I have not formally met, my name is Rita Stewart, and I am the host of this page, Money Matters, or I should say this group, Money Matters and Tea. And I wanted to hop on to shoot this live because I had just been touching bases with one of my business partners, Erica, and one of the topics that she had just been sharing just really struck a chord in light of what's happening right now in the economy. And you can specifically see what I'm referring to when you look at the topic of this particular live. I want to say thank you for those of you who are members of this group, and I want to encourage you to invite a friend or a family member to join you if you're finding that the information that's shared is very helpful and could be helpful to someone else. And thank you to my broader audience as well for your continued support and following. But the economy as it stands, and I have always been one to refer to the fact of one's personal economy, that it's up to each of us independently or individually or as a family to manage to our personal financial economy. But there are four what ifs that were brought to my attention by Erica, and I want to share those what ifs with you to give you some food for thought in terms of things that you need to consider in light of the global economy, the US economy, and more importantly, your personal economy and how you can be more proactive to managing to that. So one of the economies is, especially, one of the what ifs is, especially in light of what some government employees are going through right now with this shutdown. So what if you lose your job? What if you found yourself in a situation where, for whatever reason, whether it was by choice or not, you found yourself without your job, your personal income stream coming in? What would that mean to you if that happened for you and your family? The second question of what if is, and God forbid, but what if you experience death or your spouse, who may or may not be the main breadwinner in your home, were to die now, and you then had to pick up the pieces and move forward and also ensure that your loved ones, whichever the case may be, your passing or your spouse's passing, would be able to move forward and be secure financially or be in a healthy state financially. What if you were to experience death or your loved one were to experience death? What would your financial state of affairs be? What would your family's financial state of affairs be? The third what if is, what if you found that you lived a long time? I mean, the life expectancy for us here in the United States is very long, much longer than it had been in the years before as it relates to what medical findings there are. So what if you found that you experienced longevity and got to a place where you were about to outlive your money? How would you, or are you positioned to manage to that, should it be the case? And it's very likely that it will be. And then the fourth what if I want you to consider is, what if you found yourself seriously ill? And I'm not talking about seriously ill to where you were out of work for a week, 2 weeks, something like that, where your sick time could cover for that. But I'm talking about if you experienced a very detrimental illness like a stroke or cancer that could require months of rehabilitation, months of hospitalization, even months of caretaking that you had not planned for. What could an illness or a diagnosis like that happen? What could happen to your financial affairs should you encounter, or someone you love encounter, either one of these what ifs? And I understand that you have health insurance, but one of the things that we all need to keep in mind in terms of health insurance is that health insurance is what is available to pay the doctors, the nurses, the hospitals. However, your health insurance are not going to cover, all of your personal incidentals, your co-pays, your mortgage, your utilities, your medicines that you may need, the care for someone to support you should you experience a long-term illness. Health insurance does not cover that. Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for chiming in or listening in, watching. So those are the 4 things that I want you to consider, the 4 what ifs that I want you to consider as it relates to your personal economy. What if you lose your job? Have you positioned yourself and put in place a strategy for your family or for your loved ones just in case? What is your plan if something like that were to happen? The second what if is, what if, God forbid, you experience your demise? What would happen, or your spouse experienced their demise? What would happen to the financial state of your family if that were to happen? The third what if is, what if you experience longevity? You were at a place based on your health and wellness that you were positioned to live a long life, and hence you may be in a position where you outlive your money. Have you planned for that? Have you considered the fact that you could live well into your 90s, or even this day and time, people live until they're even 100 because of the advances in medicine today. So what if this were to happen? Have you positioned yourself to be able to manage to that? And then the third what if is, what if you experienced a serious illness or diagnosis and that required you to have additional care? It required you to be able to take care of your personal finances as it relates to your home, as it relates to your utilities, as it relates to someone caring for you, things that health insurance does not cover. Are you positioned personally as it relates to your personal finances, your personal economy, to manage to those 4 what ifs? So that's food for thought in light of what we are experiencing right now in the U.S. and the shutdown. And I wanted you to just take those thoughts to heart and be proactive in managing to them. So once again, thank you so much for being a part of this group. Thank you so much for jumping on Amy for a few minutes. And I invite each and every one of you, if you have any questions or anything you want to share that comes to mind as you watch this on the replay, go ahead and share it in the comments. And if there are any other what ifs that we should share with each other, go ahead and notate them in the comments as well. So blessings until the next time. And if you have any questions about the things that we share in this group, you can go to legacyfinancialwellness.com to get more questions answered. But until next time, blessings unto you. Bye-bye.